Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a follow-up to the last video I posted where I was taking you along as I shopped around in some of Japan's malls and drugstores, mainly Mega Don Quixote. Go check out that video if you didn't see it already. It's really fun. You get to see all the beauty products that Japan carries while I was there on my recent trip. But in today's video, I'm going to show you everything that I actually purchased. So let's jump into the video. So first off, I'm going to start with makeup, and one of the most popular brands in Japan makeup is a brand called Jill Stuart. You can buy this at Beautylish here in the States, but it's this very luxurious brand for all things makeup, nails, etc. I showed you some of the products in the last video. The one thing I picked up is this beautiful powder blush, and I picked up the shade 01 Cotton Candy, and it comes in this unique packaging here. So you twist off the top here, and this is kind of opaque packaging, but what the color looks like. And if I can twist it off, there it goes. So it's tall because it houses this little powder puff balm or wand, if you will, and it looks like this. It has a little net in there that you put this in to get product, and this rotates to close that net up. So pretty cool packaging. I wouldn't say it's travel friendly, but certainly looks pretty on your vanity. And yeah, you just dot it on to your cheeks. I really like this color. It is very light, not very pigmented, but it's just a fun product to apply, and it does look pretty when you build it up. So very pretty here. There you have different, you had to wait in line to even to work with a consultant, if you will, or a salesperson, and they would kind of, you would point out which products you were interested in having them swatch on themselves, or just products you were interested in purchasing. Then you would sit down at this counter and they would bring new products out, and then when you decided to buy something, they would go get a brand new product from the back, sealed, and unseal it, open it up in front of you to make sure that the product was authentic and the color that you wanted. So I thought that was unique. And anyways, they threw in this free sample. This is the Jill Stuart Illuminating Serum Primer 03. Have not had a chance to use this, but am excited to do so. Made in Japan. And so the theme with a lot of the Japanese makeup is it's very pretty, even on drugstore end. So this is one example. So Canmake is a very popular drugstore brand. You saw me show their products in the previous video. But this is their Glow Fleur Cheeks. And as you can see, it is a blush that has a matte. So the actual colors on this corner are matte, and then up here you have what they call shiny, and more of a highlighter. So I mostly, for the blush, just blend these colors together and swirl them on my cheeks. And then this whiter shade is actually a very pretty highlight, and it's not very glittery. So I do like this product, and plus the flower imprint is very pretty. And as you can see, it comes with this little brush. And I gotta say, it is 10 out of 10 better than the brushes that come with the drugstore makeup here in the States. It's pretty soft, and I've actually been using it when I applied this blush. And I mean, it's certainly not as nice as like my legit like rougher brushes, but I'm really impressed for it to be a freebie with the drugstore product. And this shade is B02. You can see that. So I really like this product. Next, this was one of the purchases I was most excited for. This isn't a Japanese brand, it's a Korean brand, Clio. You might have heard of them. They sell on YesStyle, and this is their Shadow Gallery palette, or it's actually their Shade and Shadow palette in the shade 01 Shadow Gallery. So this is more neutral brown tones. They did have a second colorway, 02. It's more like a mauve rose tone, but same vibe, where it's these really soft mattes and shimmers, a few shimmers in there as well. I really love it. Basically, you have a highlight. This, they say, it's like a blush shade, and this is like your contour bronzer. Honestly, I've just been using all of these as eyeshadows, and then I have used this one as an actual highlight. I really love this. I've used this several times, or many times actually, probably 10 times since I've purchased this. I am wearing this on my eyes today in the crease and outer corner. The main shade that's on my lid is a Charlotte Tilbury shade, but these glittery shades are really pretty. The thing I like about this is it's super easy, neutral, light mid-tones that are easy to wear, quick looks for every day, but you do have these few shimmers, and these are like more finer glitters that look really pretty if you do want to amp it up a little bit. So a very good standalone palette for every day, but also a complementary palette for other shades that you might want to wear as well. So I'm really happy with this palette, and kind of regretting I didn't pick up the second one. And I should say, it's not in the packaging here, but based off the reviews that I saw already online, this is a collaboration between Clio and an Asian influencer called Mensco. So overall, both palettes are 10 out of 10. I love them. And I forgot to show, but this is the outer packaging that it came with, and it's not just one that opens up from the side. It actually like folds up kind of like a letter or something, and like that. So I thought that was unique as well. All right, next up, for tools, in one of the drugstores I went in, you probably saw it, but it was the Shiseido lash curler. And this is around $20 if I'm not mistaken, from Sephora, Macy's, places like that. This was like less than $6 at the drugstore. So I picked it up to try. I already have a lash curler that I really love. It's the black Sephora collection one. I find that it just fits my eye shape really well and does a great job at curling my straight lashes. But I wanted to pick this up just to compare, since it was so cheap. Just comparing it to the Sephora collection one, this one has a larger radius, a kind of, you know, a bigger curve, if you will. And so for that reason, it sometimes feels like, at least for my eye shape, that the edges are kind of digging into my eyes on the inner and outer corner. The Sephora collection one is just a little bit more, not flat, but not as deep of a curve, if you will. And so I find it more comfortable to use. While I was there, I saw these as well by the lash curlers. These are the Shiseido lash pads. I've been using these in the Sephora curler. You know, as these wear down, I'll replace it with these Shiseido lash pads, and these are extremely good. So normally I buy these for like a pack of 2 or 3 for well, a pack of 2 I think for $3. These were like 60 cents per for 2 pads. So I stocked up. I bought several of these while they were so cheap there. All right. The next, so as you guys know, Japan is obviously well known for their makeup brushes, food brushes, and so I showed you a video in there of a Hiroshima brand shop in Tokyo, where they had Shikuhodo and Hakuhodo, I believe, brushes. Very expensive, but while I was in the Tokyo airport, one of the beauty shops that they had there had this brand called Lunasol, and I had seen this brand before, or mentioned when I was doing research on, like, you know, unique Japanese brands, and they had these really soft brushes, and I asked the lady what the brush hair was, and she confirmed it was squirrel hair brushes. This is just incredibly soft on the skin, and I want to say it was like $40 for this large of a brush. It wasn't over 40, I know that for sure. They only had one. I was going to pick up another one to gift, but they only had the one, so I kept it for myself. But they did have a powder brush. I was looking online once I got back home, and since it was so affordable, I was going to see if they had other brush types. And it looks like they've discontinued this brush line, the natural brush hair line. They had some with synthetic bristles, but so I guess I just lucked out and happened on the very last one. So I love it. The other brush I picked up in a store, this is from a brand called Alty. Never heard of it, but it is goat hair brush made in Japan. This is the Face and Decollete brush. Guys, they had samples of this out. This is incredibly soft. Like, when I tell you this feels like heaven, it truly does. So it has these grooves, if you can see here. I've not actually used it yet, just because I just bought it just to honestly feel. But I assume you could use this, you know, like with soap to clean your face, your décolleté. They had some with larger bristles, or sorry, a longer handle that you could use for your body. But this was around $60, which honestly for this many bristles and large of a brush head, not bad. So I'm really happy to have that. The other product I picked up, these are synthetic bristles, but this is a skincare cleansing brush that you would have seen in the Mega Don Quixote footage. And this was around $5. It's got like 60,000 bristles, and they're some of the bristles protrude to have these dots, if you will, so it kind of aids in cleansing, lathering up the cleansing foam. I've used this several times so far. I really like it, and it's super soft, so well worth the $5 or so that it was. All right, next for kind of tools and segueing into the skincare portion, this is I thought this was unique. So here in the States, we're kind of used to the oil biphase eye makeup removers. They have this in kind of a mascara wand. So, and you can tell by the little pictures, that also kind of helps you determine what the product actually is. This is also from Canmake, and yeah, it's just a mascara remover. So you can kind of see it's in brush form. You apply it and it removes the mascara there. So I have not used this yet, but I'm excited to see how it works. All right. So moving into the skincare. So LuLuLun is a brand I saw recommended many times on many of the websites I was looking at, and this is also a label. If you're going to Japan, do your research, because they have these Cosme Awards, which is kind of what I equate as the Allure Beauty, Best of Beauty Awards. And so you'll see this sticker from that company or publication award. You'll see the sticker on a lot of products, and so that kind of can guide you into what's the best of the best. So these LuLuLun masks were highly recommended. This is a pack of 7 sheet masks, and this is the Pure Balance. So assuming it's like a oil balancing sheet mask. So have not used these yet. I did buy the over 45, I think was the label on the pack I bought for my mom, and it basically helps with wrinkles and skin dullness. So I have not followed up with her to see how those are working. I should do that. But these are made in Japan as well. So I thought these were unique. This was also, I saw recommended. These are individual pods. So I thought these would be great for traveling. I travel quite a bit, and these are the Whip Premium Enzyme Facial Cleansing Powder. And it comes in a pack of 30, and this is what the individual pods look like. So you open each individual one up, apply water and it kind of foams up, and Enzyme exfoliator. And so I thought this might be similar to the Amore Pacific enzyme cleansing powder that I've been using for a while. I really like this one, so these were affordable, just an easy pick-me-up. Another skincare mask I bought, they had these several versions of this. This is like an individual use. Honestly, with how large it is, I can probably get 2 or 3 uses out of it. But this is the VT Cica capsule mask. And Cica is supposed to be good for redness, inflammation, so excited to use this as well. Let's see. So makeup remover, I have enough skincare, moisturizers, serums, etc. that I'm trying to work through, so I didn't pick up any because I don't need any more at the moment. But makeup remover is always something I'm going through pretty quickly, you know, and is easy to use up. So I bought several makeup cleansing oils. This one is from Biore and comes in a bottle like this. I really like that their cleansing oils come with these stoppers or protectors so that they don't leak. And this one actually covers the entire nozzle, so you're not dealing with drips in your luggage. Not that I would travel with this much, but I thought that was unique. I'm certainly going to hang on to this protector. But this Biore one I do really like. It is scented, has a light fragrance, but I don't mind it. I actually prefer this one over the other one I got, which is the Softymo Speedy cleansing oil. They have different types of this as well, but I just quickly picked up the Speedy, and looking at the reviews online afterwards, this one did have the better reviews. So this is a great cleansing oil as well. You know, it gets the job done. It's not fragranced, but just kind of your standard cleansing oil. I would say I prefer the Biore one over this one though. Alright, next I bought these Biore makeup remover. Based off the picture, I thought it was just eye makeup remover wipes, but it's actually, I believe you use this all over your face. At least that's what I've done so far. And I've used these a couple times. It comes in this little compact pouch, and so far it has stayed sealed really well as compared to like the Neutrogena ones. I always find that those don't stay sealed. The flap always tends to open up and then they dry out. But these are the Biore pads. They are smaller than the Neutrogena, but I think they work better in my opinion. Alright, I will be right back. So I forgot to grab this. This is the Softymo Super Point Makeup Remover. Again, this is an eye makeup remover, but I thought it was more like a liquid, like the Biface that we have here, but it's actually like a lotion almost. I don't want to pour it out, but you basically just put it on your cotton round and then apply it. But it is more like a milky lotion almost, so that's unique. It does work really well though. Alright, the next product. So the air over there was really dry when we visited, and I was looking for a lip balm because I didn't bring one. I guess I forgot to pack it. But so I ran into one of the beauty shops that was in the train station, and they have those everywhere. So beauty shops everywhere, train station, street, malls, etc. And so this was the Canmake brand, and I didn't translate the box or the words on the box, and turns out I actually bought a Plump lip care scrub. So totally not what I intended to purchase. Looks like this. It is got a very balmy texture, and there's slight grit to it. I wouldn't say it's as much grit. It's definitely not as much grit as like a true lip scrub. So I was able to use it just to get by and moisturize my lips that day. But yeah, not what I wanted to buy, and I wouldn't purchase it again. You can, the plumping is slight, but it is there. So after I purchased that, I did actually find some lip balms. This is the first one I bought. This is from Nivea, Rich Care and Color. and this is the shade Smoky Rose. And it looks like this. It's a very sheer formula, and just this really soft pink. I really like this a lot. No plumping at all, made in Japan. And as you saw with the Biore, Nivea is another brand that we're familiar with here in the States, but they have so many more products in Japan. So it'd be interesting to see them bring some of those products here to the States. I'm not sure why they don't already. The other popular lip balm that Japan has is from a brand called DHC. I did pick up that. It's just a clear balm, and I really like that as well. That one's in my car, but just a clear balm. It works well. I wouldn't say it's any better than this Nivea one though. All right, so sunscreen is also, Asian sunscreens are the best of the best. I picked up this Biore UV Watery Gel Moisturizer, SPF 50 plus, PA plus, 4 pluses, so very good. This is, Biore makes two. This is the Watery Gel. They make another one. I'm blanking on what the name is. That is actually the one that has the better reviews. This one has good reviews as well. It's just that one has better reviews. So I should have picked that one up. But this one is pretty good. It has a matte finish. Comes in I think they call this a tottle. But it's a bottle with a specific, to help control the output. And the bottle is quite large, as you can see. So it was a good price. I wanted to try it just because I never had before. It is not tinted, but it doesn't really leave a white cast. So I like this a lot. All right, the other skincare I bought, this was everywhere. This brand Naturie, and they had all these stickers, like award-winning stickers here. So this is kind of what they look like. This is the Hatomugi Skin Conditioning Milk. And so I understand this as like a lotion. And I also bought this right here. And this is the Hatomugi Skin Conditioner. So if you can see here, this is very watery. So this is kind of like your toner. You can use this on your face. I don't intend to use it on my face. I intend to use it on my body, like as a moisturizer. So you apply this, kind of a watery toner, and then this is like your lotion, like thicker moisturizer. So, again, the air was super dry there. I was wanting to buy a body lotion to, actually use there. A little tip, if you are a tourist there, you can get tax-free purchases. So some of the stores have a minimum purchase, like if you spend $40, then you can get tax back or tax off. Some of them exclude the tax at the cash register. Others have a specific counter that you have to go to get the cash back. If you paid by credit card and you want the cash back refunded to your credit card, it might be like $1 less or something. There's a little bit of a charge to have it back on your credit card, or you can get the full amount just in yen cash. So that's kind of what I did, just so I could have cash on hand. I don't know why I was mentioning that now that I say that. I know. So if you do get the tax-free option, then they bag it up in a sealed bag for customs, and you're not allowed to open that bag. So there's a special seal where if you do open the seal, then they would know that it had been opened and you had used it, and then you are subjected to that consumer tax. So I didn't really run into that issue. I did peek into the bag and grab one small thing that I really did need. And I don't know that they actually look at those things, but you're not supposed to. So, definitely don't tear into the bag. So all that to say is that some of the things I intended to actually use there, I wasn't able to, such as these large body lotions. So I've only used these once, not enough to really form an opinion, but they seem like really good standard body moisturizers from first use. All right, so next up is kind of hair care, just some random hair stuff I found. So Kyoto is a really beautiful city, a lot of history, like temples there, and you find a lot of the more traditional Japanese gifts there as well. So I went in this one store that had these beautiful clips. If you can see this, it's kind of a transparent frosted pink with this pink and gray design, and then it's got this really pretty gold hardware. It's got this little cute little gold charm here as well, but these claws are like pretty sharp. The good thing is that it is very strong, and so it's good for my thick hair, and it doesn't like slide out of my hair either. So I thought this was beautiful. The other, I picked up this hair scrunchie. So Kyoto is known for their silk. And I was kind of thinking more like pillowcase silks or like the slip hair scrunchies, but it's actually this more patterned textured silk. It's very pretty. And so this is just kind of a medium-sized scrunchie. It's got these pretty, it's navy with these pretty white cherry blossoms on it, which Kyoto is also known for. And I really like it. I've used it so far, and it's very pretty. They had all different kinds of colors and designs. Other silk stuff they had was like coin purses, which yen comes, you're using a lot of coins, which is something I'm not used to here. You know, we have nickels and dimes and quarters and such, but I never use cash here in the States, but there I was using a lot of cash, and mainly a lot of coins. So I actually bought a silk coin purse as well that's really pretty. But yeah, they had billfolds, all kinds of stuff with this pretty patterned silk. All right, the other miscellaneous, like I said, I've been doing a lot of travel and want to have travel containers that are good. I reuse some of my travel containers like from skincare deluxe samples and whatnot, but this airless pump thing I had looked up on eBay and YesStyle, and they're pretty expensive to have this airless pump style travel container. So if I can get this off. Oops. Well, that's how you reload it. Sorry, I completely forgot how it worked. You twist this, and then the pump actually comes up. So if you see this, and then you can squeeze out your moisturizer, your serum, your cleansing oil, your whatever you have. So I thought this was unique to have and would be something that's good to travel with. This is the smaller size. This is 15 milliliters or 0.5 fluid ounces, and these are only a few bucks. So I picked up 3 of them so I could have one for each use. The other miscellaneous stuff I have, so Hello Kitty is popular, Curious George is popular, but the most popular character of all is Snoopy. And I have 2 beagles, so I love anything Peanuts, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy. So Snoopy everything, bags, kitchenware, backpacks, wallets, anything and everything. They had Snoopy restaurants. Snoopy chocolate is on the main Kyoto street. Definitely recommend. They have fantastic ice cream. But in one of the random stores that we walked into that just had like trinkets, really cute, kitschy stuff, they had these Snoopy bandages. Kind of look retro and vintage, but they're Snoopy and his friends, 18 pieces, 6 designs. These are the designs. They're just so cute. So it was a couple bucks, and I was like, oh, it's something practical I could use, have fun with. This is the kind of school themed one. But yeah, Snoopy and all the Peanut gang. So yeah, I loved these. I thought these were so cute. I've used them and they actually, work pretty well. So, all right. I believe that is everything that I purchased. Oh, I did want to mention, nails are really popular. Contact lenses are very popular, like the colored contact lenses. And And for the nails, the fake press-on nails are really popular. They have beautiful ones. But the one thing I was kind of surprised to see that we have a lot of here in the States as well, but it was equally as popular over there, maybe even more so, was the Dashing Diva Gloss palettes. So if you haven't used these, highly recommend. This is like one of my top 2022 discoveries. They're these pretty nail stickers that you press on, and they last a really long time. I gotta say, I've worn mine literally up to 14 days. So, and I use my hands a lot. I'm washing dishes a lot with the dogs, you know, everything. So highly recommend these, but they had tons of them over there. This exact brand, same style, etc. Tons of different patterns. And so I didn't buy any over there because they were actually, with the conversion rate, a little bit more expensive than we get here. And we get them here like at a good price. For instance, I buy mine at TJ Maxx for $5. I know Ulta was just doing a sale for Black Friday where they were also on sale for $5. So, you know, I can get them here, but I thought that was something interesting to note. All right, so the last category is kind of miscellaneous body care. So one thing I saw highly recommended are bath salts. So Japan is known, has these hot springs, mineral baths that are really popular. You can go there and soak, and it has, you know, these healing spiritual qualities, but they have these bath salts that kind of mimic that same effect. And they come in these boxes like this. This is a pack of 18, and I bought several because I love taking soaking baths in my tub, especially right now in the winter. It's very relaxing. You know, when it's cold outside, your muscles are all tense all the time. So I really love taking warm baths. And so again, this was something I would definitely get use out of. They come in these little packets like this, and you just pour it into your bath, and they it's like a milky bath. So it turns the bath wetter, whatever color the packaging is. And the scents have all been good so far. They're kind of very floral. I picked up those two, and the other one I bought looks like this. I guess it's a different brand, Bath Clean, and these are made in Japan. I think the other ones actually say made in China, so that was confusing, but I didn't realize that till later. But the other ones are also individually packaged, and so you just pour it in and soak all your worries away. So love those. I'm gonna get a lot of use out of them. The next thing I bought, we can get these in the States at Ulta, but very expensive. These are heat steam eye mask. So if you can see here, this is like lavender, I believe. Yeah, I think I bought lavender. They had different scents, chamomile, lemon, citrus, unscented. I bought lavender, but they come, it's a box of 12, I think it was. Yeah, and they come in these little packets like this. Meg Rhythm Gentle Steam Eye Mask. And so they're really helpful if you've been on the computer all day, if you're traveling, at nighttime to relax, just anytime. But basically what you do is you just open the pouch, stretch out, it has little ear wraps and ear loops, and then you just put it on. It immediately heats up. You don't need a microwave or anything, so really good for travel, and they are extremely relaxing. I've actually fallen asleep with these on. I love them. So, and they were pretty affordable over there, so I made sure to get a box, and got a box for my sisters as well that suffer from migraines, so I thought this would be pretty good. The other unique thing I saw is 6 moisturizing, call it moisturizing plaster. This is a pack of 6. I gave some to my mom and sister. But basically, if I'm looking at this right, it's like this little wrap that you put on your heel, And so if you've got dry, cracked heels, it will kind of moisturize them. I see AHA, so it kind of exfoliates as well. So I have not used these yet, but I should, because my heels are pretty dry at the moment. The other thing I saw recommended, we don't have anything like this here in the States. There are these cooling leg patches. This is from a brand called Lion, and it's a pack of 18, and these came highly recommended for tourists. If you're over there, you're doing so much walking. I can't even begin to tell you. We did almost 30,000 steps in one day in Osaka. One day, 30,000 steps. Your legs are on fire. Highly recommend sneakers. I brought several pairs of shoes, like heeled booties. Did not get worn at all because all this walking. So definitely bring comfortable shoes over there. But these are cooling leg patches. So you can put them on the calves of your leg, on your ankles, on the arch of your foot. And supposedly it really helps with the pain. The reviews I was reading said it really did work. So I'm excited to use these. I'm kind of saving them, you know, because I only have one pack. So I really want to use it for when my legs are really hurting, just to see if it works. But I'm excited to use these as well. It's always good to have something like that on hand. And then the other unique thing that came highly recommended in videos are these. It's kind of loud, so I'll show you first. It's a pack of 20, and these are heating pads. So you use these in the cold of winter, you know, like we are now, and they basically automatically heat up, and you can put them in your jackets, in your pockets. Some I read like stick to your clothes, but it basically supposedly stays warm for a really long time, and you don't need a microwave or anything. It just kind of like those eye masks, they automatically heat up. So I have not used these yet. Honestly, the weather's been so crazy here. It's still hasn't snowed yet. Maybe this weekend it will. Yeah. Again, something, I'm always taking my dogs to the dog park. I'm always out in the cold, you know, suffering through all that. So I thought these would come in handy. So I bought actually 2 packs of these. So they were very affordable as well. If these work, I don't know why we don't have these here in the States, because this would be super helpful. All right, other than that, that is everything that I purchased in Japan. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.